What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Maximum Capacity Show, where we discuss random topics for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Ta-da!
I'm host Harv. With me today is Dean.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
Very good.
That's good. This is the fifth time I've done this. Also back for another episode is Derek,
What's up?
as he takes another swig.
Derek's addicted to wine.
Addicted.
Addicted. Just
And a second, and the second-time guest with the man with the impeccable beard, Sonny.
So,
How you guys doing tonight?
very good.
Solid. For now.
He's doing good too.
I'm doing very good because I'm not reading textbook bullshit right now, which is very nice. It's the best part of my day so far.
That's good.
Very good.
Yeah, it's been quite the week for you, hasn't it?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exams and stuff like that.
Yeah. One tomorrow and a big project and all that bullshit. But the Blue Jays won a fucking crazy game today, so that made it all
Yeah.
better.
That is true, yeah. I didn't watch it, but...
I lost my shit when fucking Batista hit that. I was like, what?
Did he, throw his bat, way the fuck somewhere?
It was the most epic toss of a bat ever.
That's pretty bad.
It was good.
I mean,
I wish I would have been there. I'm not even a big baseball fan, but it was
I don't think anybody in Canada is right now, except because the Blue Jays are doing really well.
To be fair, I've never seen as many people walk around in Blue Jays jerseys in my life.
yeah, well, two things on that. One, people are pretty infatuated with the Blue Jays and all that, but it's one of those bandwagon things, right?
Yeah.
Like, me personally, I don't really care too much about baseball, but a lot of my friends are into it, so I'll watch it because they're into it.
Yeah.
But it's now that I'm actually watching it and it means something. Like, there's 182 games in a season. That's way too much.
Yeah, I don't think I can watch 102
Yeah.
games.
But like now that it's like, oh yeah, it's coming down to the last couple of innings or whatever. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty intense. I was watching the game today.
Yeah.
It was pretty intense.
I think it's more acceptable for us to get behind the Blue Jays as like a bandwagon jumper because it's like Team Canada, basically.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
It's not like fucking when Chicago wins the cup, everyone jumps on my side, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's different because, like you said, I'm only doing it because they're a Canadian team, and it's like I'm all for Canada when it comes to sports. But it's not like I'm super into baseball and my team's, I don't know, the Cubs or whatever, New York, and then they're out, and now I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? I hate those guys. I'm actually a Blue Jays fan. It's not like that, right? I'm just like, you know what? Canada has something to do with this, so I'm down.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty Cubs.
It was an entertaining game, man.
It's pretty crazy. The Cubs won their first series in a while too.
Yeah.
I see, like, I didn't know they were in the playoffs. I just said the Cubs just because.
Nobody really knows that they were like they never make the playoffs.
It's been like 60 years, hasn't it?
Yes, something like that, and they haven't won the pennant since 1908.
Yeah, that's.
Well, it's been even longer for. I don't know about the pennant thing, but the Blue Jays haven't been in the playoffs since like '93 or '94, I think, right?
Yeah, 93.
Yeah, 22 years or some shit.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So we just had a long weekend here. We had Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
You guys have a good Thanksgiving weekend?
Always
Yeah, it was
good
great.
food, good people, good drinks.
Yeah. I was in Victoria. Oh my god, I love that place.
I saw your tweet. I love it.
Oh, man.
I've never, and I refuse to go to Victoria.
Why?
I can't go to the island, man. I know when I
he's
go there, the
afraid.
fucking tsunami will hit, and that'll be it for me, so I can't go there.
It's okay. At least you can tweet everyone on the mainland, and we have 15 to 20 minutes to get to Highland.
Exactly. No, like, I actually, like, my buddy and his girlfriend are moving there next year, and they're like, oh, you can come visit? I'm like, I'm literally never coming to see you.
But you come to Vancouver.
Yeah, but, man, I'm okay with that. I'm not ever going to the fucking island. Ever. Unless I have a fucking helicopter, I know how to fly it, man. That's it.
Like, hey, come to my house. Like, no, you're below sea level, dog. I can't. You never know. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Can't come see you. You need to be like 16 floors and up, and I'll come hang out.
It's hilarious.
So that's some crazy paranoia you got there, bro.
It is. It is.
You know what? It is gonna happen though, and
It's a matter of time.
they say like Washington State's gonna be like just fucking annihilated, like Blaine, and like we're like really close to the border, right? So
yeah.
There's Seattle's gonna be done, and Blaine and all that in Washington. Apparently, they're gonna be like just wiped out. So it's gonna be pretty crazy.
You moved to Vancouver at the right time, Derek.
Yay!
Is it not crazy to think that people built civilization alongside this fucking beautiful body of water that in the daytime is nice to look at, and at night it's just dark fucking devil that can turn on you and wash you all away in the middle of the fucking night? That's crazy, and people are like, let's fucking build here. Let's not just build here. Let's put everyone fucking here. This is the place to be. But when shit goes down, you're all fucked because it's a free-for-all of millions of people trying to leave the same place at the same time. It's going to not work out very good.
Well,
so you guys stay high.
To be fair, first of all,
To be fair, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
A giant pussy, but you know.
that doesn't have to happen at night.
Yeah, I was like, well, why does it have to happen at night?
It's just scarier at night because dark's scary.
But second of all, I think the city will be fine, right? It's just like downtown, and
You guys
like
will be fine.
Richmond would be screwed.
But
but like,
I think Richmond,
like
White Rock, Richmond, those kind of places.
who cares about those guys anyways?
You'll be okay.
Well,
Do you guys
well,
have a 3-day survivor kit in your house? You should.
Yep, we do. We definitely do.
You think
It's full of booze.
Yeah.
years worth of like perishable food for I think it's like a grand or something. It's like years worth of perishable food for a grand. So
But that'd be good for like if there is an earthquake or something. Not for like a tsunami. You'd be like, oh, where do I take this food?
Shouldn't it be non-perishable food?
I meant
non-perishable.
sorry. That's
You can have a year's worth of perishable
Fuck,
food.
my
It'll
steak
be
went
gone in a
bad
week,
last
but,
year.
you know,
you got a year's worth of nicely medium rare steaks. But no, it's I meant non-perishable for a year. So it's a year's worth, and that's obviously subjected to how much you eat. So that's pretty good, man. Like I'm not saying get it for just because there's a tsunami, but I mean shit could go down at any moment. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. But I mean, shit can go wrong where I am too. It's just, fuck crazy world, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean that's why everyone should have automatic weapons as well, right, guys?
Segue into Harv's topic.
No.
Should we start with my topic?
Sure, we can start with your topic. It's a perfect segue.
Okay. I thought
I
we were
need
gonna
the
seg-
intern. More wine.
I thought we were gonna segue into yours, but all right. So my topic tonight is about like the stuff that happens in America, mostly in America. That's what we hear is like the shootings in Oregon or like the shootings in different kind of schools. How the media likes to publish the guy's name, like the shooter's name. Is it a good thing that they do that, or is it a bad thing?
I'm gonna straight up say that it's a bad thing.
But wait. Are we talking before or after? Like they've caught the guy? Because like if they're looking for him and they publish the name,
No, he's either shot himself or he's
already
being
caught.
shot. Yeah,
Being shot at this moment. He's being shot right now.
been shot.
Yeah, Bob.
Carl Smith. He's Here's the video. We're shooting him
Yeah,
right now.
Bob's right there, but we can't say his name. He's being shot at as we speak. Yeah, no. I think he means like, should they publicly make it aware of what his name is? Obviously, if he's on the loose and
Yeah.
he's like, a danger
What
to
if-
society still.
What if
again, like, oh, there might be a guy. I mean, even then, you might not need to know his name. There's only that's a harder question to answer because there's only a certain amount of people that are going to know him, and in that instance, they probably won't know where he is. But like for
But
the masses, be like, oh hey,
Harv means the other situation where he's already caught or dead, and then they publish his name. That's what you're getting at.
Yeah, that's that. Like, should they publish his name and give him the satisfaction of people knowing him, or should they not publish the name and?
well, it just posts the question as like, should they say his name or should they not? Because when you're saying like, he gets recognition and all this, then you're kind of making
Then it's kind of
different.
Because I feel personally that they shouldn't.
Yeah,
they
because you're
shouldn't.
putting your own
Yeah,
thoughts into it. Just say either they should, or they shouldn't.
yeah.
They
Because-
should, like you said, only post a person's name if they're like on the loose and they still need to be caught.
Yeah.
Even then, maybe it's like, have you seen this man or this woman? Like, stay away, or they're a suspect. You don't have to
I
really.
think it would be better just to put their picture on there because, like, if you think about it, the masses of people, if you say his name is John Doe, they're not going to be like, "Hey, John Doe, is that you?" No, they'll just be like, "Oh, I recognize that guy's
Yeah,
face."
exactly.
Yeah.
But if
Well,
they get like
it's normally like a combination of the two, though, right? Like this is like he's like 5'8", he's white, he has long hair, and
yeah.
But that's all you need to know, right? You don't really need to know his name.
but that info from like anyway. That's not. This is not even the point that Harv's getting at. I think we all agree. The consensus is no. Afterwards, they shouldn't publish his name because it's just at that point, like you're only really damaging like the family, right? Like,
Well,
and
not even that. You're making like people might just do it because they, well, who knows what they're thinking, but they might want to do it just because they feel like they're nobodies. They want to be that next, have their 15 seconds of fame or
but
whatever.
they're
What
wow.
what if like playing kind of devil's advocate is like, what if you want to publish the names? Because like, what if you had like a mental health disability or something like that, right? And you want to get
don't care.
and you want to get to know, like, to see what his family and what kind of style he was living in that drove
That's
him to
fine.
do this.
You know what? That's fine, but you don't need to say like, "Oh, this is the guy." You could just
They
say
can,
the
yeah.
shooter was mentally ill, and this is what the family went through. You don't have to put a name or a face
Exactly.
to that,
They
right?
can
They
still
shouldn't
get
even go
that
into that much
information.
detail, man. People will fucking take that information and they'll go and look in hospital records and find out who the family was and who he was. People find out. They should just say like it was a male suspect. He's gone. That's it. These are the victims. They shouldn't go into any fucking detail, man. Every
Yeah.
time they give out information about the person and what they did and where they came from. There's psychologists and people that say every time they show that information, they spawn at least one more person who wasn't going to do that will do that because of that now. There's like
They
research
can
papers on it.
resonate with them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, "Oh, hey, that's what I was thinking of doing, or that's how I'm feeling." Blah blah blah, right? So
Yeah, you definitely don't want to like reveal like the psychology behind his action because then it's just
Yeah, like the worst one
that's
I
just gonna make
remember
it
in
worse.
recent history was that guy that went to that fucking elementary school and shot up all those kids, and he had like killed his mom at home. Man, I seen way too much information about that one, man.
Yeah.
About
And then there
like,
was the one where like
Yeah,
I think it was like a white guy went to like a church where normally like black people go and he like shot a bunch of black people and then said like some horrible racist thing and then they published what he said on the news. It was like, dude, like yo, that is way too far. Like you can't be giving that sort of information out.
see, they should almost have it so that like television news, even like internet sites, get fined if they release information of like the person, like a huge
Yeah.
fine. They need to definitely keep it under wraps, man, because it's not a good thing for these people to be being like shown off. It's fucking terrible. Like,
Yeah.
and we're all people that we've had nothing like that's never happened to us. Can you imagine if one of your family members was fucking gunned down
Dude,
by some
you'd
crazy
be
person?
fucked.
I'd be fucking
It's like being accused of
pissed.
something really bad. Like, yeah, you didn't do it, but it still damages you big time. Like, they can just
not only that, usually they don't even focus on the victims. They say it once, like, "Oh, so and so, is a victim," and then they focus on that one guy or the one person that did it. And I actually read an article. How they had like that one guy during the whole Batman thing. He was like
Yeah.
pretending to be the Joker, and he went to the
Oh
theater.
yeah.
People actually, and they turned him into like a rock star. Like that's just the way the media portrayed him. Obviously, they didn't say like, "Oh, this guy's awesome," but all the media attention. He gets letters in jail from people all the time,
That
which is great. And it's not saying like, "Oh, we hate you." There's like people just write them all the time and say like, "Oh yeah, I feel your pain and this and that." And that. Like it was crazy.
See,
Like
those people should be on a watch list, man.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
monitor those crazy people. You know
Yeah,
what? The Oregon shooting, the most recent one, was probably the best I've seen the news not really like expose the guy. I actually have no idea what he looks like or what his name is right now.
yeah.
The only thing I heard was that like ex-soldier who took like 7 bullets. That's pretty much the thing I heard the most out of it. That guy that like took him down after he got shot like 7 times and he was like a soldier. That's the only thing I really heard about it.
Yeah,
after
I
it
heard.
happened.
Yeah, that was the one. That's like the only thing I actually heard about it too. But I guess
Yeah.
we're not like, I don't know. Maybe they have different coverage down there because apparently they were plastering his name all over the place down there.
Oh.
Like, because like they cover the story for like 20 hours. What are you supposed to give to the public for 20 hours?
Yeah,
Okay, it doesn't
exactly.
matter. Okay, you don't need to give them.
No, you don't. No, I personally don't. But like, this is what I think CNN did. Is like you have all this time, and they just kind of like put his name on the screen
Yeah.
because like I think they were running out of like time. Like they were running out of like things
Things
to
to
do.
do, things to cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much shit going on in the world. They don't need to fucking talk about some piece of shit that killed 20 people
Yeah.
with an assault
Exactly, yeah.
rifle. They don't even talk about the news. They're just like, they talk about the dumbest things. Like, oh, Miley Cyrus showed her pussy today. Like, who gives a fuck? That's
Dude,
not news, man.
The news
Yeah.
is the most bullshit thing on TV, man. All it is
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
watch an hour of the news.
Fucking-
The only
Yeah.
positive thing on there is sports, where they show sports highlights. Other than that, it's fucking someone in Iraq fucking ran into a school and blew themselves up, and this guy shot up this fucking school, and fucking oil spill. It's the most negative thing out there.
And you know what? Even that, though, like the positive that you're saying of sports, that's not even fucking news. We need to know world events and shit, not
Yeah.
The only thing that makes
the
news,
Blue Jays won today. Like, they have sports, Central and shit for that, and TSN and all that crap,
Yeah.
right? That's what they focus on news. They're not gonna. It's like the reverse. Their whole thing is to talk about sports. They're not gonna have a little section of like, oh, here, let's quickly talk about the gunman in
Yeah.
Oregon today, right? No, so the
Yeah.
news should just stick with the fucking news. MTV should stick with Miley Cyrus shit, and then the sports, casters just talk about sports, like CNN and Fox. Oh my god, don't give
Fox is just, oh,
but they need to just like talk about real issues as opposed to like all the shit that they do talk about.
I think it's a ratings thing. Probably they probably struggle for ratings.
Most news news that the report is going to be negative because that's what makes news. That's what makes it more riveting for people, right? It's like, oh my god, something happened in this place. I have to tune in and watch what happens. It's stupid. It's completely ridiculous because news is never a positive thing.
No.
Or-
Well, I mean, honestly, the most
It could
important
be.
the most important
But
stuff,
they never-
at least nowadays, is negative. I mean, right? I mean, there's a lot of shitty stuff going on in the world right now.
I don't know, man.
That's what they have to report, right? I mean, if
But
they're
there's
really
a lot of
doing their
positives
job.
that happen too, right? But they don't focus on the positives,
No.
right?
They put it in the C block.
You know where the only positive thing I see, like news-wise, is like on a local paper. Usually, the front page, if something good's happened, they'll put like a picture of someone helping someone at like the Salvation Army. Unless
Yeah.
something bad happens, and that's the front page. But that's the only time I
Well-
ever see anything that's somewhat positive.
We've got something called Van City Buzz here, and it's just like local online blog thing that they have. It's a really good website actually, but they have something like weekly. They'll post like 20 good things that happen around the world this week, and it'll be like good stuff. Like and it's just like way better than like that's if a local place in Vancouver can think of like 20 things per week to write like a whole thing on. CNN, who's got millions of dollars to spend on shit and reporters and all that crap, they can do it if they want to, right? But they don't.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm like totally starting to get away from like. Well, I don't watch the news at all. I don't read newspapers. I don't even like look at newspapers anymore. If I see something, like the little boxes outside that have like the headlines.
Yeah.
Every time I like walk by one of those, I don't even look anymore, man. I kind of figure at this point, if there's something newsworthy, someone will tell me, and it's not waste my time to like read some negative shit, man. Like I'd rather read something that's gonna actually benefit me as a person, allow me to grow and get smarter than this negative shit
Yeah.
from the paper, man. Like it's
Yeah.
bad. Like there's like I don't know.
All they do is spread fear. That's all they do.
It sells though, right? That's like the ratings thing. It's like they have like this story about like some like scientific breakthrough of some kind or whatever, and they could probably spin it positively if they wanted to, but they choose to spin things negatively because it's like it captures people's attention like way more, right? Like
Yeah, there's like
because you hear like, oh my god, they're doing some horrible experiments, horrible things, monkeys or whatever, and just like people are like, oh my god, that's crazy, instead of being like, oh, they're helping monkeys, that's nice. They don't give a shit about monkeys, but if you're doing bad things to monkeys, they care, right? It's just ratings, man. People are just
people tune into stuff that's more like negative than they do for more positive things.
flip to this amazing, horrible thing they're doing to monkeys.
Enough of the monkeys.
We put it to monkeys. That's funny. Yeah, I was curious of what you guys thought about that whole
No,
thing.
I thought that was gonna be bad, but that was a very good conversation.
It's funny that like I thought
Yeah.
one of us would be a little bit different, but I guess we're all this. We're all in the same boat.
Oh, it's
Don't-
good that they post that fucking guy. We should
Yeah,
give him a round of
some people,
applause.
it's on the fence for
He
people.
hit
I
his
follow that
targets.
guy on Twitter, man.
God,
yeah.
He's my pen pal at school.
Pen pals.
I'm coming for the intern.
Yeah, you know,
Remember
I
fucking
would,
pen pals
I
back in
would
the day when
not
you were in
mind.
elementary school?
I did pen pal when I was in
I
elementary
did too.
school.
Dude, I remember typing in this fucking like Apple II, and it had like fucking, it was like black and green. The writing was green, and they said like they're sending it off. I'm like, bullshit, man. No one's reading this. They said they were sending it half across the world. I'm like, fucking school can't even have color computers, man. This ain't going nowhere.
Mine was actually a legit letter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't email. It was like a legit letter.
Ours.
Teacher could have just been like writing response in their left hand or something. Yes, I am doing.
Oh,
like,
you very good
yeah.
job. I like your letter, and I'm gonna have a good Christmas too. Thanks.
You went slightly Indian there.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm a terrible person.
I was writing to Africa, by the way. It's just,
I went to
That would
Africa,
be
man.
so
They don't write to any of us
yeah.
because they didn't know what snow was.
right to your cousin. No, what the fuck? What'd you say? They don't know what snow is?
No, man. The only thing people knew when I went to Africa about Canada was Canada Dry ginger ale, man. That's it. People like, where are you from? No shit. I'd be like, people like, where are you from? Like, Canada Dry. They're like, Canada Dry. That's it. That's the only thing they fucking knew.
That's fucked
Oh
up.
my god! I think ours was email too. Do you remember Derek? The pen pal.
Yeah, I had one. It was like you would write something on those horrible, shitty like first
Yeah.
computers,
Yeah.
and then you.
How come I'm the only one that did?
You're the only one who
actual
did it with
letters?
fucking pen, man.
I never did a pen one. And
Oh,
then
sweet.
you give it to the teacher, like you send it to her, or you print it out and give it to her or something, and then she was like, "I'm gonna send it." So then probably she just like
Delete,
Sunny says was just
delete.
like, yeah, was like, "Oh yes,
And I think
you know,
everybody.
Zimbabwe is so amazing. Thank you for your letter. My name is Jim." And it's like,
Jim?
Jim.
He's just not even trying at this.
yeah, I know.
He's not even trying.
Oh, my name is Oscar Pistorius or whatever the fucking guy's name is.
It's
Murderer.
everyone's.
My name's also Derek. I like apples. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like
My name is also Derek.
even know.
Fuck
I like
you,
apples
bitch.
too. Oh my god.
You know what? They
Soulmates.
probably did it as a social experiment.
Yeah, they probably did. Or they just kind of did an automated message to everybody. It's the same message back.
Oh, your pen pal's name's Jim too? What the fuck, dude? What is going on here?
I
Oh,
wonder if there's anyone who's still fucking in contact with that person. Like, ever. Who started a pen pal when they're, like, elementary school and they're still talking to that person.
I would expect lots of people have that still. Like you sort of have that cool like connection when you're young, and then
Your teacher's just down.
yeah, your elementary teacher is like, "Fuck, stop sending."
Jim is not here anymore. Stop.
It's been 20 years, bro. Let it go.
Jim died.
I'm Jim, motherfucker. Figure it out.
Oh my god.
Message in the back, like, hey, Jim, I seen you were angry last letter, but it's all good. We can still be friends.
Yeah,
Just can't let it go, bro.
really wrong because you don't seem like yourself.
You seem so feminine now. All
What?
right, Dean, you're up.
What is my topic, Harv?
God. Your topic is, what is the best sporting event of the year?
Okay. That's my
Full
topic.
180, man. Guns and shit, and now we're talking
Now we're
about...
talking about... Look,
gotta keep-
we're talking
gotta-
about the happy part on the news, sports.
We gotta keep it light.
Hey.
Gotta keep it light.
I was thinking about this just because the Blue Jays made the playoffs this year, so it's a new thing that Canadians can look forward to. But this is definitely like a personal opinion thing. But what is your favorite sporting event every year?
Stanley Cup playoffs, baby. That's for me. I love the playoffs. I mean, for me, I've been playing hockey my whole life, so my favorite sport is hockey. So for me, the best sporting event of the year, every year for sure, would be Stanley Cup playoffs. That's something that I can watch. Where even if my team's not playing, which probably for the next like 5-6 years it won't be nice. But I'm still gonna watch. Like I'll watch a game where I don't care for either of the teams. I can still watch it intently and be like, yeah, okay, this is sick. Like I'm enjoying this.
I totally agree. I think mine would be the Stanley Cup playoffs. Every time I see like that first, that first segment from like Hockey Night in Canada, getting ready for the playoffs to begin.
That pumps you up. It gives
Oh,
me
dude.
goosebumps, man.
It gives me goosebumps. Like I'm ready for this playoff season. I don't
Um,
care who the fuck's in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Ready for the playoff season.
I
And
agree too.
I'll watch them all.
I agree too. I like the playoffs, but I appreciate the Super Bowl just for the sheer like magnitude it is. I don't like I follow NFL football, but I don't like actively watch games throughout the year. But I always like watch the Super Bowl, man.
To me, it's more like a social activity to watch.
Yeah,
Because it's just like
I think
you watch a play happen, and then it's just like the next play is not going to happen for at least like 30 seconds to a minute, if not longer. There's so many commercials and stuff that happen.
especially the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
The ball is in play for like 10 minutes total.
I think I saw Google.
It's not even sports. It's just like,
I saw Google Facts,
it's horrible.
and they said like it's like the actual gameplay for a football game is like 16 minutes.
Yeah, it's just like,
yeah, it's just
sure.
fucking around the rest of it.
that's what I'm saying. There's and a lot of people are actually. Oh, I mean, I don't have any stats to back this up, so it's all speculative right now. But I think a lot of people tune in just to see the Super Bowl commercials more than they do.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, and the halftime.
That's the
show.
highlight for me.
That's why I'm saying it's more of like the
Halftime
spectacle
show's not-
thing that like I look forward to it every year. Like I don't give a fuck about the NFL, but I always like think it's kind of fun, and I watch this.
But I do agree with Sonny that it is a social event.
Yeah.
I think it's for us though, because like if you live in America, it's fucking huge, massive there.
If you go to an actual game, it's actually super sick. Like how they have tailgate parties. Like you just eat and drink, get fucked up, and then you go do that again while you're in the stadium.
Yeah, exactly. I've never. That's one sport I've never been to yet, and I really want to.
Well, I'm gonna totally disagree with everyone and say, I mean, it doesn't happen every year, but for me, it's like alternating the Summer Olympics, Winter Olympics, and the Soccer World Cup. Those are like my three. So there's 1 year where I get none of those, which I think is this year, actually.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll be this
Yeah.
year.
This year, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because it's like a world gathering, you get to
Yeah.
see like how everyone measures up, and it's just such a huge deal. There's like such a big ceremony. I don't know. It's just kind of neat. Like I don't really care that much about any sport. I really enjoy when like the Canucks or the Blue Jays or any team that like I can sort of get around gets into the playoffs. But like you guys said, it's more of a social thing for those, just because it's like I know my friends really like the Canucks, my friends really like the Blue Jays or whatever, so I can be like, okay, let's have some drinks and watch the game. It's gonna be sick, have a good time. But when it comes to like the World Cup or the Olympics, it's sort of more like I really like to see where Canada, fits in.
That's like a huge
Don't
global
look
scale event.
towards
Yeah,
the
don't-
Summer Olympics then. If you
Or
know how Canada measures out.
Or the World Cup.
There are other countries that I sort of like.
England. Woo.
England, yeah. Well, usually it's Great Britain for the Olympics, and Japan.
Oh, you gotta cut out.
Like they match up, and then I like to see the U.S. not do good, which never happens, but at some point maybe it'll happen.
I wonder what.
They invest a lot in their athletes.
I know. You just have so much money. You just can't fight money, man.
I wonder
Those
what would
fuckers
happen.
have a money tree somewhere. Like
They
they found
really
a fucking
do.
money tree.
Called China.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
China's gonna
you
be
guys-
cashing in soon.
You
baby.
guys forgot March Madness.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm not a basketball person, so that doesn't apply to me. But I know Harv gets fucking insane for March Madness.
I don't even
Oh,
follow
that's
the
a close-
NCAA
that's
at
shit.
all
That's a
until
close-
fucking March Madness starts rolling around. Then I'm
That's
like, I
a
should
close
figure some
second
stuff
for me, man. March Madness. That's like a month of just craziness.
I'd rather watch that basketball, like the college basketball, the uni basketball, than actual NBA because
Yeah.
Yeah.
the underdogs can actually win a lot, and there's no like, oh hey,
I
you
love.
a dynasty here that's going to win for 3-4
March
years.
Madness is way better than.
I
the
love-
You never know
NBA
who's going to
finals.
win. You
Yeah,
know-
I love the Cinderella stories that happen.
Yeah.
And like an 8th seed beats the first seed, or like what is it, 13
16th
seeds?
beats the first.
I don't think that's ever happened yet.
Didn't a 15 beat a 1 this year?
15 beat a 2.
Or 2, okay.
Yeah, 15 beat a
Still.
2. But see, like that's crazy. Like you don't know how far they're gonna go after that. Like they just beat a 2nd seed,
See,
or was that just like a? And then
In every
people
other
practice break.
sport, in every other sport, you can usually guess at least 1 or 2 teams that'll probably win. You know, basketball, you can usually be like, yeah, the final 2 are going to be these 2, or
You can
NHL, you can just say the Chicago Blackhawks are going to win.
Yes.
you can in the NBA you can predict the final 4 teams. Like
Yeah,
I predicted
Fuck-
the final 4
fuck
teams.
the NBA, man.
Twice
I
in a
hate
row.
that. NBA now, man. I'm so over it. Like you said, pick like the 4 teams you know are gonna make it.
For sure. Always.
And they're like salary cap thing. They're what do you call it? Where you just luxury tax.
Yeah,
That's
they have a
such
luxury tax.
bullshit,
Yeah,
man.
that's kind of yeah.
That
That's
ruins that
stupid.
whole fucking league, man. Like,
Yeah.
ugh,
MLB's a little bit more broken though. They don't have any cap.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with like soccer. They don't have fucking.
Yeah, they don't have any. They just.
Oh
fucking-
yeah, we have an oil baron on our side, so we just fucking everyone gets $2 billion salary.
The thing is with
Whatever.
like with MLB is like you can't really like buy a winning team anymore. It doesn't seem like it.
Sonny, your beard is giving us a bunch of static.
Yeah, you're staticking.
Yeah.
So
you can sculpt it down.
Get it down.
like, look at today's game, man. The Blue Jays had some fucking 20-year-old guy who's making no money, like, win them a game. But the Yankees fork out, like, what? $150 million between 4 players, and they can't even make the playoffs? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
At some point they should regulate it, but
Basketball, you only need 3 really good guys.
Sometimes you only need one. When you have LeBron
Yeah.
James on Cleveland, like before he left, they got to the finals against San Antonio.
And
Yeah,
he
exactly.
had no help.
He had no help, and he still made the
Yeah,
finals.
baseball, it's just like, yeah, you can have the best pitcher ever. But once, like, it happened to Price or whatever for Toronto, like, he played last game and he did awesome. But you can't just play every game because their shoulders get fucked, right? So
Yeah.
you have to rotate, and you can't just have 10 awesome pitchers or whatever just ready to go, right? So
You want to know something?
that's such a good thing, though.
I'm not a big fan of baseball, like I said. Like, I'm enjoying, like, what the Blue Jays are doing. But that game from, like, afar looks, like, boring and easy. But there's a lot, like, behind the scenes.
You're hitting a
like,
ball that's going
decision-
100 miles per hour.
It's not just that, man. It's like who you have for like a starting lineup, and when you place a pitcher against another pitcher, and they're starting a left-hander, so you have to have like a different guy who's a designated hitter who can hit good against lefties. Like it's crazy, man.
And, like,
I could.
Absolutely.
You substitute like, okay, this guy's pitching now, or this guy's batting, so I'm going to put my other pitcher into
Yeah,
it for
and-
the next 2 innings, or like next inning. For
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. It's so strategic. It's a strategic game.
Dislike is not disrespect. Like, yeah, you don't enjoy it so much, but you can still.
I still respect
appreciate
it.
The insane amount of
Yeah.
preparation and skill that goes into the sport.
Well, it's
Like-
crazy. Like, think about it. When they have like a guy like R.A. Dickey pitch, and he's just a knuckleballer, it like fucks the whole. The other team literally changes their whole game plan
Yeah,
just
entire
around this one
function.
guy who's gonna pitch like 6 innings, if that, 5
Yeah,
innings.
they might change their lineup because of this too, right?
Yeah, and they're like, hey, you have to hit this way because all he throws is knuckleballs.
I don't think you can actually switch your hitting. Like, you can designate players, but you can't switch your lineup.
But you know who's going to be starting, so you
Yeah,
can take
yeah, that
people
would
in
be
and
absolutely
take people
amazing.
out before the
Last
games.
minute,
Yeah.
change your, for sure.
Change your rotation.
But to touch on more what Derek was saying, though, I also enjoy the Olympics for sure. Winter more than
Winter.
summer. It's just like I got India, who doesn't do shit ever. I got Canada, who also doesn't do anything in summer, but winter for sure. I love Winter Olympics.
Are you guys excited about them bringing back
Usain
the
Bolt,
World Cup
bro.
of Hockey this year?
The World isn't that the one that was like Canada versus everybody?
No,
Oh.
it's like
No,
all
no.
the teams, but you can only have players like 24
Oh, that's
and
something
under
else.
or something. Age 24 and under.
No, I didn't
You
know
mean like
about
the World Juniors?
No, it's like I think it's called the World Cup of Hockey. They haven't had it. It's not the thing once the regular season ends that all the fuckers go and play in like overseas.
All of did you say all the
All the
fuckers?
fuckers, yeah. All the
Like, yeah,
shitty
there's-
people.
There's like the double
All the
IHF.
losers go into
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
The
It's
double
not-
IHF where it's always held during the playoffs. So
Yes,
if like
yes.
any of the good players that aren't in the playoffs, they'll go play.
Yeah,
That must be so
it's
demoralizing.
not that.
I know.
That's I don't know what that's called exactly, but this is called like the World Cup of Hockey, and it's different. It's only players that are between like 18 and 24, I think, or 20. Like they're talking about having like a guy like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins as like the captain because he's like the oldest for their age cap. I can't remember what it's called, but I just been seeing it like TSN stuff's been talking about it. They're
When
bringing
would
it
it
back
be
now
back?
for the first time in like a decade or something. I
That's
think
all
it's the World
TSN
Cup
talks
of
about,
Hockey.
It depends on when it's being held. I'll be excited if it doesn't fuck up like the regular season or whatever.
That's how crazy is hockey? Like, how long is it? Like, it's like 10 months of the year. Like, it's just like not even including
Pretty
the NHL. Like, it's just like all this. There's the NHL, then you have IHF, and then you have World Juniors. You have all this kind of hockey. They get like a month, 2 months off, and then they're back at it in October.
Okay, do you want to hear some information about this? The World Cup of Hockey is returning in September 2016 after a 12-year hiatus. It has teams from the U.S., Canada, Russia, Sweden, Finland, and Czech Republic. There will be 2 all-star teams, one made up of the top 23 and under North American players, and another featuring the top NHL players from European countries that aren't represented by their national teams.
Seems interesting. It seems like all the good teams are in it.
Yeah, but it's different. That it's like young guns, right? 23 and under.
That's a good idea. Why not?
Oh, when did they say it was?
September 2016. So next September.
So right before,
So right before the preseason, or like during preseason, pretty much.
which is fine as long as it
That's
as long as it ends before the regular season.
But then that brings up an issue with like because they're already like NHL's already being super stingy on like the Olympics and everything, saying like, oh, I don't want our players getting injured, especially when you look at like what happened to John Tavares.
I was gonna say that he broke his leg during like what is it like a exhibition game?
No. I'm
Wasn't it?
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was against like Switzerland or something like that. It was like in like before the quarters or something like. Anyway, doesn't matter. He still injured it during the Winter Olympics, and then when he screwed for the rest of the season. So then the Islanders organization's fucked because their captain's out, right? So they're like super like stingy on like, oh, should we? Like that's why renegotiations are always like last minute, and they're always like super iffy because NHL doesn't want to give the players the chance to go play because then if they get injured, then this screws over the NHL, right?
Would
This
you?
should be up to the teams, though, man. Fuck the NHL.
It would be up to the NHL. It'd be up to the
It'd be,
PA.
it'd be the NHLPA
Yeah.
and the NHL themselves, right? So I think it should just be up to the players. Like
If they want to go, if they get an invite.
I think a lot of the Russian players like Malkin and Ovechkin, especially Ovechkin, he was just like, I don't care. He's like, I don't care what the NHL says. I'm gonna go represent Russia. That's
Yeah.
what he said. So
But I'm pretty sure most Canadians would do that though too. Most Americans would do that if they had the choice between not playing for their country and playing for their country. And playing
for sure.
right?
Well, I mean, we could just send our second string players and we'll probably still win.
Oh,
Fight.
shit.
Ouch.
Would you guys watch the Olympics if the NHL players weren't there? The hockey?
What? If what?
If all the NHL players weren't there,
Yeah. Olympic
I'd
hockey.
still watch it, but it sucked because then Canada would definitely not be as good, not even close to being as good. We'd probably be like 4th overall or
You just have all
something.
the KHL come in and fucking rape us.
Yeah, exactly. So
pretty
that's,
much.
I'd probably make the team. No, just kidding.
Guy from Burnaby comes in.
Oh yeah, so I mean, it just like that Canada would be so like just dismantled because all
bad.
like our best players are in the NHL, right? So that'd be crazy. So hopefully that doesn't happen though.
I hope it doesn't, because that's one of the main attractions of
Get Gary Bettman out of there.
that guy's never leaving, dude. He's gonna fucking
He's had enough. I've had enough of this guy.
Who's that?
He reminds me of Stephen Harper. He's like the president or whatever of the NHL.
the commissioner.
Bettman?
Commissioner, yeah.
Yeah. He kind of looks like a weasel, doesn't he? Like a little
He
scumbag
is
guy.
always
Yeah, he looks like some sort of rodent for
all
sure.
the time, man.
We should put up a picture of him right in the middle.
I don't understand. Does he like get voted in every year, or is he just like a dictatorship? He's like, I'm just not leaving.
I don't know how that works because like, look
I
at
think
Goodall.
GMs do.
Goodell.
I
Look,
I have a feeling the GMs vote, like all the GMs or all the owners of the league. I'm pretty sure they're the ones that do it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Like even John um,
The bald guy,
Goodell, like the guy that, or I forgot his first name. I don't know if it's
Roger
John.
Goodell.
Yeah, Roger Goodell. Like that guy's been there forever.
Yeah. Well, look at the NBA. Their guy just stepped down like a couple years ago, and he was there for like 35 years, wasn't he?
Yeah, maybe it might. I
Seaver or
have no
something
clue
was his
how
name.
that happens. Actually, I have no clue because it seems like all the commissioners are always there for the longest time.
They're in for the long haul. Dude, fucking, they make a lot of money. That's why.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's not. I mean, who knows? I'm hoping it's not
It's
their
probably
choice.
some corruption bullshit.
Oh
going
yeah, Roger
Let's talk about
Goodell.
FIFA then. I'm just kidding.
Roger Goodell makes about I think 9 or 10 million a year off of his thing. It's ridiculous.
What the fuck? That is crazy.
I know. For being a commissioner, guy does shit all.
Dude, you know who I respect for being like the head of a organization that actually like gets his hands dirty and does shit?
Don't say Sepp Blatter.
No, I was gonna say Dana White, man. He's like an entertaining like head of a company that like he's a reason why I think people like watch because he's entertaining and shit too. Roger Goodell's just a dick.
It's true.
He's entertaining, but he's an idiot too, though. I think
Dana
the way he
White's
runs
stupid.
his
Doesn't
company-
watch what he says, but that's kind of cool. Like, what head of a company just tells people to fuck off and shit like
Well,
that?
not even that. Just like the way that how he treats his fighters. Like he has his golden boys, and he doesn't give a fuck about the rest of his fighters. Like the whole thing that's happening with like K. Perfect example is John Jones. John Jones is one of the best fighters in the world, and this guy gets caught with a hit and run. He hits some chick that's pregnant while he's high on cocaine, right? And he leaves the scene. Then he comes back, grabs something out of his car.
The cocaine.
No, he grabbed weed
Okay.
and cash.
Okay, and so he runs away, and then he checks into rehab for 1 day, and he checks out. He's like, "Oh, I'm fine," and I was like, "Yeah, he's good to go, right?" He's
He went
fine.
to rehab.
And then you get someone like Nick Diaz, who got caught he had like weed in his system or something, and this Dana White's nowhere to be found. Doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, yeah, whatever. And now he's being suspended for like 5 years. Like, and that's the Nevada Commission or wherever that's doing it, but like he's not supporting him at all.
Well,
And he's just like whatever. Like he's so impartial when it comes to like the people he likes and the way that they get paid compared to like
they
Fox
get
and shit.
ripped off now because that Reebok deal. They get like no money.
Yeah, exactly. Like he doesn't. I don't know.
Reebok paid less for the entire UFC sponsorship of all their clothing and their pay scale than they did paying one NFL player over the summer. They gave the NFL player more than all the UFC.
Crazy.
By like $100 million or something like that. It was insane. Like
It's more stable for the UFC, I guess, because then everyone gets the same or whatever. Like there's like all the stars obviously make way more than some random that's coming up in the UFC, but
well, no, the max a fighter can make is if they're a champion, they can make $50,000 off Reebok. But there was Joe Blow
that's
guys.
bullshit.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
Joe Blow guys who used to make $100,000 just off sponsorships, and they're not even the fucking champ, and they're only making like $10,000 now, so they're getting hammered hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like UFC, I don't know how their numbers are doing now, but I know for sure when they started like booming, they were making like UFC was making so much money off their pay per view, and they like from what I read, they barely cut their fighters in it. Like in on that profit, like they barely cut them in on it, and they like some fighters are getting paid like 20 grand or like 15 grand a fight, and like boxing, fucking Mayweather just runs around for the whole fight and he gets paid like $50 million. Are you fucking kidding me?
That was the worst fight
Yeah,
ever.
So pointless.
the UFC definitely screwed up with that Reebok deal, but
How many fights do
Just
you
the pay structure is just garbage.
well,
I think
it's worse now than it was before.
How many
like-
fights do they usually do a year? Like one fighter. How many fights does he do?
two, if that.
2 to 3 if you stay healthy, right?
So they probably make about 130 grand a year. Like
No,
just
it
the
depends on
fights.
fighter. Depends on the fighter.
Like
I heard
the
that
highest tier fighter.
the GSP used to make, I think, like over $1 million or something like that.
Well,
And same
Conor
with,
McGregor, Chad Mendes, they just got 500,000 each
Mm.
a couple months ago, and that was the highest paid out from the UFC. But like I said, they used to make way more off their sponsorships, right, than they do now, right? Like you said, how like Dana White didn't really stick up for like Nick Diaz. when he got back, like he was in Australia when that happened. When he came back, the UFC's lawyers, like they're paying for the Nick Diaz to use the UFC lawyers to like fight for it now.
Well, they have to. I would say they would do that.
They
He's part.
didn't
He's
have
part.
to.
He's
They
part
could
of
have
the
just
UFC.
said whatever. The
It's
thing
probably
is,
them just trying to protect themselves. Just be like, oh, we gave him lawyers.
probably, but the thing is, that guy got screwed over, man. He got drug tested 3 times that night, all for weed because they hit him for weed. The 2 national doping agency that the people who caught like Lance Armstrong, like the world anti-doping agency, he passed those tests, but he failed some little independent test in some buttfuck place in Nevada, whose tests have been proven to be inconsistent over years, and they suspended him based on that test, and because of the fact that the commissioners who decided his fate don't like Nick Diaz because he's just a straight shooter, man. He doesn't like them, and he thinks they're bullshit, and they essentially took his livelihood away. It's fucking crazy. That's the crime.
Did he try to appeal it?
He is appealing it. They just got 100,000 signatures for like a White House petition. It just ended today, actually.
People get caught for like doing steroids. They get like a year ban.
Anderson Silva, the guy who fought Nick Diaz, got 1 year suspension, retroactive to all the months he'd been off from the fight. And Nick Diaz got 5 fucking years for smoking
5 years for smoking weed.
It's
Smoking weed does not
crazy.
enhance your fucking training.
Thank you. Dude, the guy went in, Anderson Silva went in on steroids. That makes him punch harder. He was allowed to train harder. He doesn't get as tired. It's proven that you can take more punishment when you're on that shit. And the other guy smoked the fucking joint 3 weeks ago and went in just like the 4 of us would get in a ring right now and start punching each other in the face. And he got 5 fucking years. That's crazy. That'd be like bringing a gun and I bring a fucking bat and I get suspended for 5 fucking years.
Oh, but bats are way more illegal. So no. The guns are right because, you know.
You were protecting your family who was at home watching you fight on TV.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Like, for sure, like, free Nick Diaz, if that's a hashtag, I don't know, but do it, because, like, free Nick Diaz.
That's BS. Holy
That's
shit.
BS. Like,
when I seen that, I was just fucking blown away, man. I actually watched, like, you can watch the hearing. They, like, taped and put it out, and, dude, you could tell the moment he sat down. They had a fighter in before, Jake Shields, that was like being interviewed by them, and they were like nice to him. And then Nick Diaz came in, and all their demeanors changed, and you could tell they were just ready. They just vindictive, and they wanted to fuck this guy over. It's crazy. If I was him, I would have just fucking got up there and started KOing all the chicks and dudes on the fucking committee. I don't give a shit.
That's what I think I got this sentence.
While smoking a joint.
Yeah, smoke the plant that grows to the ground naturally. Holy shit.
So why do you think that is that he's being screwed over in this way? Has he just not like followed like the behind the scenes rules?
There's just such a stigma, I think against weed in the States.
Well,
like they have
It's like several states have a fucking
yeah.
In so many states, it's a Scheduled 1 narcotic. Where I think like cocaine's like a 2 or something like that. Like what? Cocaine?
What? Really? No way, man. That's fucking. There's no way.
They think weed is like the worst fucking drug ever. And they're so fucking stupid. Like it's not. You guys retarded? No one died smoking weed. Just weed.
Exactly. No one's ever died smoking weed. You know what's fucking crazy? That weed is illegal and alcohol is open all the time. You can walk into a fucking store and buy this fucking beverage that when you get behind the wheel, you fucking drive into a family of 4 and murder their fucking lives, but you live because your body's so relaxed because this poison is poisoning you. You fucking live. And then you get off because you're depressed because your wife left and you fucking go back to the store the next day and get all fucked up on booze.
They should put that label on all the bottles. Like they do on
you drink this, you'll
like
drive
cigarettes. Cigarettes, exactly.
Like look at cigarettes, right? Like it's ridiculous. Like you guys are gonna let people literally smoke formaldehyde and like rat poison and shit. But they're like, oh yeah, weed, which actually has medical properties. No, we're not gonna do that just because whatever fucking reason, because we don't want you to do it. Dude, like hemp can be used for so many fucking things. Like hemp can be used as such a useful resource, and then you get weed itself. THC can be used for like cancer and you know nausea and all this shit. But like I don't know, the States is just fucked up, man.
Dude, your brain has natural THC receptors in there. That's not there for fucking no reason.
I think it's like cannabinoid receptors or something like that. Called,
I think
you know why they made weed such a bad thing back in the day in the States? Because people were starting to use hemp as paper because you can make right. And there was a guy who owned a paper like company, right? And he printed newspapers and shit. He was so worried that they were going to take over like his business because it was cheaper and he would lost money that he started printing all this propaganda against like marijuana. It wasn't even called marijuana at that point. If you go and look, I fucking watched a documentary. Before this fucker started labeling it, no one had ever called it marijuana. It was just called hemp and pot or whatever they were calling it at the time. So he started putting all this propaganda, and then it became fucking this like crazy thing. Like he used to say, like, this will kill you, and it'll make you see fairies, and you'll fucking murder your family and burn down fields and shit. And then they made it illegal. You know how like many problems we would have if hemp was legal? If we had hemp paper, you grow that shit. We don't have to cut trees down.
And it wasn't even that. It was the cotton industry too. Like the enslaving shit that was going on.
Yeah.
People were using, you can use hemp for clothing, and the cotton industry got super scared of that too, right? And same thing with farm companies, right? Like why, you know how many millions of dollars people make off of like cancer?
What was that one guy that marked his drug up 750%?
That's a
No,
Yeah,
it was
but still, it's
5,500% markup.
yeah, 5,500%. It was worth, the pill was worth $750.
Yeah, from 1350. It was crazy.
Yeah.
they don't want these other cheaper alternatives that actually you, because there's billions and billions of dollars at stake every year in terms of pharma companies and all the shit that they give you. So why the fuck would they want some naturally grown substance that could be made for like, you know, hundreds of dollars,
Yeah.
and they'll lose billions of dollars a year, right? So
The money's in the creation of the medicine, not anywhere else.
because the medicine doesn't fucking cure you.
Yeah, that's what it is. The money's in the
just
medicine.
dude, when you get a prescription, it's a Band-Aid. You put a Band-Aid over something, and hopefully when you peel the Band-Aid off, it doesn't look as bad as it was before.
Well, the issue is it's a Band-Aid that has poison attached to it, because it's like it'll mask your symptoms of like, okay, this is fixed, even though technically it's not. It's just like reducing your symptoms, but then it's just like, oh, now there's fucking lumps coming out underneath my body, because now it's creating another issue. But don't worry, because we have a pill for that too. And then you take that pill,
Yeah.
we'll take care of the other issue, then another issue will come because of that. It's just like a never-ending cycle. Once you get put on, because I used to work for Blue Cross, which is a health insurance company. Once you like get, I mean, obviously Blue Cross does not do this because they're an insurance company, but it's just like once you get hooked on prescription drug, you're like almost like fucked. And like,
Yeah.
just more and more issues are going to come about, and it's just because they never solve the issue. It just subside your like the problem that you're having. They never fix it permanently.
Yeah, no, you start getting addicted to like antidepressants or something like that, right? So then you need to have them if you have like a problem or something like that.
And then like more issues get created as opposed to just being solved.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, it's like a never-ending cycle. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it blows my mind that pot isn't fucking legal, man.
They had that propaganda video. I think it's called like Mad Reefer or something like that. Like some guy smokes the joint and he just like goes insane.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Or something like that. I think it's called Mad Reefer.
That was from like the 50s or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's black and white, and like you just smoke weed and watch it laugh because it's ridiculous. Like he's like literally, he's like smoking and he's like all like insane, and they like fucking starts killing people or some shit. I'm like, what is going on? like imagine if all you did was like no one knew what this substance was. Like imagine you had this new pill that came out, and like imagine it was like what was that thing called, DMD or whatever it was off that movie, Limitless.
Oh, that.
Right? Like, let's just say, like, if it was something like that, where it's like, yeah, to actually, okay, that's bad to them because people start dying off that shit. But let's just say, like, if it's a new pill and it actually does help you, but all the farm companies, because you're just a startup, right? You don't have that much money. They have billions and billions of dollars, and all they say is, this shit, like, fucked up, it'll kill you, it'll ruin your life, blah, blah, and all they do is have attack ads.
Yeah.
And, like, who the fuck's going to invest in your company, number one? Number two, everyone's going to think they're going to have the stigma of like, yeah, this is the worst thing ever. That's pretty much what happened with weed. And then slowly people start smoking it and, you know, doing it. And it's just like, people are like, what the fuck? This shit's fine. What are you guys talking about? I'm not like going insane and doing all this shit, right? So
The Mad Reefer lied to me.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, I have a hard time focusing. I just am retarded, I think. But, dude, I fucking got high the other day, and I went to school, and I slayed fucking homework, man. I powered through that shit, and I did good. I got fucking awesome marks on that stuff. And when I'm sober and I'm sitting there and I just fucking read lines 10 times, it doesn't help me. But I can't go outside and
No,
fix
you
my
need
issues.
like Prozac and Adderall.
Thank you.
Adderall.
I was gonna say Adderall, yeah.
Adderall,
You know what's crazy too? Like, you watch TV and you see like
Cheers, Adderall. Got me to my degree.
it's crazy when you watch TV and you see those commercials, and it's just the lawyer standing there, and he's like, "If you've taken this drug in the last 12 months, call this number. You might be entitled to the $16 billion fund we put aside for all the people." That's fucking crazy. You're telling me that, like, you're giving me this pill that you did a couple tests on. Yeah, it works. Here's a couple side effects. You might die, and if you do, oh, your family can get some money, or you can smoke this shit you can grow in your backyard. Like, there's something fucking wrong with that picture.
A lot of it has to do with the North America. I mean, there's other countries that are strict about it too, but there's so many countries that aren't because they know. Like, I think one of the best countries that people can look as to for a model to do with drugs is the Netherlands, man.
Yeah, Amsterdam.
They did it right, man. And like, it's beyond that though. Like with like assistant suicides and euthanasia and all that crap, they did that as well. And the studies showed that, like, yeah, there was a spike, like just for assisted suicide, but like one of the biggest issues the opposition has is like, oh, then everyone's just going to start killing themselves. Everyone that's suicidal is just going to start asking to be, killed or whatever because they have this assisted suicide issue. Or and it wasn't. There was like a short spike, I think, when it first happened, and then like they've had like lower death rates or suicide rates than like the States have.
Yeah,
But see, also those numbers, I feel like those numbers can be skewed a little bit too, because you have to go like with the population of that America has compared to what population different country has too, right?
Well, you just look at the percentage of compared to like the population, right? Like it doesn't matter. Like if I'm in charge of my own fucking life, who are you to say like no? Like, oh yo, I'm sitting here and I'm like dying. They're like, yeah, you only have 6 months to live, but those 6 months are gonna be like you're gonna be excruciating pain. Like, okay, I can't kill myself. I'm like sitting here dying in the hospital. I want to end my life. No, no.
You're gonna endure those 5 months,
Sure
29 days.
go
of
through
pain,
those
and
6
you're gonna
months
die.
because we don't think it's right. Who are you to tell me
Yeah.
that if I can end my own fucking life? Right?
See, they say that, but then for those 5 months, they just have you fucked up on morphine, and you're not even here. You know what I mean?
Well, even if they're like, even if they said they, like, oh yeah, we'll make sure that you're as comfortable as can be, and it's not gonna hurt. Like you'll be just flying high the whole time. It doesn't matter if I want my life to end. I should have that right.
Yeah, you should, absolutely.
It shouldn't be anyone's right but mine if I choose that I want to die.
Because when they say no, all your family has to look at is you wither away for all these fucking months. And like you said, you're all fucked up on some pain medication they give you that is not even like you, man. Like, I would fucking not take it. I would literally find a way to fucking kill myself. I'd jump out the fucking window or something, man. Fuck you, people. You're totally right. There's no fucking reason why someone tells you that you can't end your own life if you don't want to. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, okay. Who may not be all there saying that they want to end their life, and then can you really trust their judgment at that point? I don't know. I mean,
Well,
there's controversy about this for a reason, right? I mean,
okay, like,
Well,
if some person just rolls in,
like 50 cc's of morphine.
no, but like they're in like a
Dementia or something,
They
or
have
like
this,
something like that.
which they may
Yeah, but
come,
that's different.
like
Because Alzheimer's, it's different because Alzheimer's, they don't.
at like a really bad point. They're like, might as well end my life because this is horrible, and then they're gonna, come out of that and like try, and it's gonna be better, and then maybe
Yeah, I feel like depression or something.
I
Like that.
feel like it's more suiting for people who are given like a timeline. Your life's going to end in the next 4 months. Like, there's nothing we can do. You've inoperable something. You're going to die, and you're going to be in pain. I think it's those people that should have more of the right to decide if they want to suffer or if they want to leave. But if a person, like you said, you have to like address mental illness at that point too. Because
Yeah, like
some crazy person might roll in.
I
And be like,
totally
yeah, I wanna
agree
end it.
that you should be in charge of your own life. Like if you want to end it, that's cool. But I can see where the argument is coming from, where they're like, is that person even in their right mind? And you know,
Yeah, but there's ways around that, right? Like, of course, if they're like, yeah, this person's just up and down, up and down. Also, you ask them to be level-headed, then, right? You could be like, hey,
well, but I mean, do
off
you
the
really know when
episode.
that is? Yeah, it's just
Okay.
like one of those like
Alright,
like.
alright, so our topic was what's your favorite?
Yo, we're gonna talk about that.
Our favorite
if you guys
sport
wanna
is
do a topic
assisted
next week,
suicide while smoking weed.
like, we're doing that.
Yeah, how did we
That's a
get
good
there?
one.
Holy shit.
We
That's
go,
a good
you know what? Let's just put this as the third topic
Okay.
What?
for this week.
No. We'll come back to
Assisted
this
suicide?
No.
You tricked me into talking about assisted suicide. God damn it.
No. We're not taking that as a topic. I'm gonna bring.
We were
that
talking about that.
My
first.
topic is what's your favorite color? Mine's pink.
Mine's suicide with blood and weed,
What?
man.
Mine's red, white, and blue. America, freedom, nigga. I can do whatever I want. Don't know where the N word came.
Yes.
Oh,
Bring
bring me in, turn in here.
Oh.
Just feels like freedom and that just go together. I don't know why.
They just mix.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the Maximum Capacity Show, brought to you by America.
But yeah, no, I think
This was the Dean Show. We don't condone the remarks made by our guest today.
and you know what? That's oh my god, I have so many good topics now. So many good topics coming to mind. I gotta write this down.
Yeah, you gotta write them
Assisted
all down.
suicide.
The N word, yay or nay?
Friend or foe.
Friend or foe?
Okay. We just lost 12 reviewers. You guys want to go to the
So
third?
all your viewers are black, apparently.
Ooh.
That's why you lost them.
It doesn't matter.
Well, that's it.
Derek's like, I need to go to a reputable job one day. I can't be on the show.
Yeah, there is. What the fuck?
We had a. Did we have a third topic, Harv, or was that it?
Does not cares about that.
What's that?
Did we have a third topic, or is that it?
We did, but we're going a little long anyways.
Yeah.
We like
So,
We'll use that topic next time.
Yeah, we'll use that. Well,
I think it's
sculpt shit.
Or
Sculpt it a little bit better next time. All right, we got some plugging to do now. So you can follow Dean at Maximum Dean on his Twitter and his Instagram. He keeps it consistent.
I do. Keep it consistent.
Yeah. You can follow me at Harv Parmar, and my Instagram is ParmarH. Derek is on Twitter, DWL0.
Yep.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah. And Sunny doesn't have Twitter.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, we're done? Okay.
If you guys get over 1,000 views per video, maybe I'll join Twitter.
Giving us a milestone, eh? We're on iTunes. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Stitcher. We're on YouTube. We're on all.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
You can follow the show on Twitter at Max Capacity Show.
We're on orbit.
Yeah, we are actually.
We're on Orbit. Is
Yeah,
Orbit
Seriously?
live?
The website is, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And we have a website too, MaximumCapacityShow.com. And yeah, that's all the plugging I have. So until next time, guys. Thanks for joining.
Ciao, man.
Later.